Hello viewers, welcome to Ecomice Academy. Today we are here to discuss about Soliga tribes. So why Soliga tribes are in use? What are the features associated with Soliga tribes? Why they are being praised by the Prime Minister of India in his special mention in Mann Ki Baat? We'll understand in this video. So first, the recent context of this particular thing is our Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji. So he has mentioned about Soliga tribes in his 119th Mann Ki Baat. So why he mentioned about Soliga tribes, what is their significance, we'll understand. So in the next month, that means in the March, we are going to celebrate World Wildlife Day. In that context, mentioning that World Wildlife Day relevance and its importance, he made a mention about Soliga tribes from India. So why did he praise this particular tribe means they are playing an important role in the tiger conservation. So because of the presence of Soliga tribes, there is no man-animal conflict noticed in the region where they live. That is the main thing which the Prime Minister have highlighted. So now let us understand about the Soliga tribes and their features along with in which particular tiger reserve or the wildlife sanctuary they reside. What are the key features of that particular tiger reserve along with other interesting facts. So first we have Soliga tribes. So these people are primarily living in the states of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. So they primarily live in these areas. So what is the meaning of the term Soliga? Soliga in their language means bamboo, or children of bamboo, right? So they mainly use bamboo even to make huts, and they live in single room bamboo huts itself, right? That means it reflects how much they are closely related with the nature. That's the first thing we have to understand. At the same time, these Soliga tribes, they were the very first tribe to reside within a tiger reserve. What is a tiger reserve we are referring here? It is Biligiri Rangaswamy Tiger Reserve, BRT Tiger Reserve in the state of Karnataka, and they are the first tribe to live in the Tiger Reserve premises. At the same time, they also have been guaranteed with the forest rights under FRA Act of 2006. So this is a very interesting and important feature associated with the Soliga tribes. So first we have to understand that these Soliga tribes are living within the vicinity of a tiger reserve. When we talk about tiger reserve, we know that there is a core area, buffer area and transition area. So in the core area where the population of any particular animal like tiger is very much in dense population, then there cannot be any human habitations. So human habitations will be allowed only in the buffer area and the transition area. So these are such communities which are living in the buffer area and transition area of BRT Tiger Reserve, Biligiri Rangaswamy Tiger Reserve, and they're helping to conserve the tiger so that their population is increasing in the state. Right. So first thing, we have to understand their language. So they speak a Dravidian language which is also called Soliga, and they also speak Kannada and Tamil. So those are the languages which they speak. At the same time, what is their mainstay of economy? So as they are nature lovers or more connected with the nature, they generally practice shifting cultivation and along with agriculture. Right? Then what is the religion they practice? They practice naturism, means worshipping nature, and animism. Animism means belief in the spirits. They also believe in the concept of spirits, that every natural object has a soul. Then what is this Forest Rights Act of 2006? This was an act passed by Indian Parliament with the name Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act. Okay, Protection of Forest Rights Act of 2006. This is the original name of the act passed by Indian Parliament in 2006. Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act of 2006. So what is this act mainly aiming for? So we have to understand forest land cannot be actually habitated by anyone. But when these people who are STs and other traditional forest dwellers are there, they have that sync with the nature and with the forest. So how to ensure that they are having some rights with respect to the forest land, or they having that right, and how do we assess that particular right, and how these type of rights are guaranteed is ensured by Forest Rights Act. So what are the types of rights guaranteed? It is guaranteeing individual rights, right? So first thing, individual rights. That means if any tribal community could establish that they're living in that particular forest land at least from 75 years or 3 generations onwards, then they will be given ownership to cultivate and to live in that particular forest land almost for 4 hectares of land. That means 4 hectares or 10 acres of land will be registered in their name in case if they can prove that they are residing in that forest area for 75 years or 3 generations. That's the first thing. Then we have community rights. So what are community rights? They also have community right. That means entire community can have the right to have access to minor forest produce, and they also can have the water access in that particular region, in the ponds and lakes they can have, and they also can jointly practice any type of cultivation, and they can have the market produce sold out of it. And then we also have conservation rights. So what are these conservation rights? So conservation rights are mainly aimed at regenerating the forest. So they have to protect the wildlife, they have to regenerate the forest, they have to prevent any type of smuggling or poaching, these type of activities. That means they have to work in tandem with the forest department. So in this way, 3 types of rights are guaranteed under Forest Rights Act. So if you know which particular community was the first community in India to implement the Forest Rights Act and in which particular state, let me know in the comment section. Then there is an important announcement regarding UPSC prelims aspirants who are trying to aim for 2025. So for them, if you are unsure about revision, then there is a golden opportunity at Ekam IAS Academy, where from 17th March there is intensive revision program of 125 hours where current and static parts will be linked with the previous year's analysis, and it will be delivered in 125 hours of lectures. So this will be taught by subject experts who have expertise in making sure that you clear prelims with ease. So all this program related detailed schedule is available on this QR code. You can scan and find out more details. And this program is available at the cost of 2,999 only. And if you join in this course, you can also avail test series at the rate of 999 only. So you can contact us on this number for further details. Right. Next. So what are the tiger reserve or wildlife sanctuary we are referring here? Because the Soligas live in the state of Karnataka, especially within the tiger reserve called BRT Tiger Reserve. It is Biligiri Rangaswamy Tiger Reserve, Temple Tiger Reserve, right? So initially it used to be a wildlife sanctuary, later it was elevated as a tiger reserve, right? So its location is in the state of Karnataka. And what is the uniqueness? So it is acting as a bridge. It is acting as a bridge where it is linking Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats in the southern India. It is in that particular zone where Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats are meeting each other, and they're acting as a choke point. Then what type of vegetation can be seen here? Dry deciduous forests and moist deciduous forests, along with sholas. Sholas are temperate evergreen forests, and semi-evergreen forests are also seen in this particular tiger reserve or wildlife sanctuary. Then what type of fauna is seen usually? Tiger, leopards, hyena, wild jack, all this type of fauna will also be seen. But what is the recent context? So recently Karnataka Forest Department started levying green tax on the vehicles which are passing through this particular tiger reserve. So what is the concept of green tax? So this green tax, which is collected when you use the carbon or fossil emitted vehicles in the tiger reserve, so that money will be used for conservation of wildlife, or it can also be used to enhance the vegetation in that particular tiger reserve. So there is a carbon tax where we generally have the carbon emissions. To reduce the carbon emissions, we impose carbon tax, but here to increase the sustainable practices and to protect the nature related things, we have this concept of green tax. So that is being imposed recently in BRT Tiger Reserve. Now let us look into the practice question of the day. Which of the following is the first tiger reserve established in India under Project Tiger? So we have options: Bandipur Tiger Reserve, Jim Corbett Tiger Reserve, Sundarbans and Kanha Tiger Reserve. Let me know the right option in the comment section. Then today we have discussed about why Soliga tribes were praised by the Prime Minister of India. He not only praised in the role of Soliga tribes, he also mentioned that tiger has been integral part of our religion. He mentioned especially about Swami Ayyappa and his in his vehicle, it is also the tiger. The same time, he also mentioned that in many dances like Poli dance in Tamil Nadu, and we also have southern Indian dances where we incorporate tiger related figures and features into the dances. That means he mentioned about how tiger and its related conservation is integral part of our culture. And there he mentioned about these Soliga tribes. So then we have discussed about what are the features associated along with the tiger reserve which they are living in. And this is all with respect to today's video. If you like the video, let us know in the comment section. Thanks for joining. All the very best.